say it, but we're sandwiched all right. Quick! In that cabin!
Ganados are humans infected with the Plague's parasite, which is what allows Sadler to control them. While they do react to pain, they take much more damage to kill than normal humans. They can communicate with each other and work together, and they have a certain degree of intelligence. They can attack you by grabbing you or by using weapons, mostly a pitchfork, hatchet, or pickaxe. Some use dynamite, which you can actually use to your advantage by getting them to blow themselves. Hitting them in certain areas causes them to react different ways. Shooting them in the head causes the most damage. You're free to use melee moves, although attacking them before they attack you may be challenging. The Chainsaw Man is a chainsaw-wielding villager with a burlap sack over his head while wearing typical farmer clothing in addition. He can be detected by the sound of a chainsaw revving nearby. Due to his size, sack mask and unique weapon, he is very easy to tell apart from regular villagers. Due to the Plaga parasite, the Chainsaw Man has been made exceptionally violent, and is compelled to relentlessly chase his enemies with his trademark chainsaw. Also due to the Plaga's assimilation, he has been made exceptionally robust in comparison to regular villagers and can absorb small arms fire with ease. One of the earlier Plaga experiments by Los Eliminados, Del Lago was a salamander that became host to a parasite. The organism reacted to its small host by mutating it, increasing its size considerably. It was fed by the disposal of corpses. Del Lago is the first boss in the game and is also one of the most unique in the series due to how it's fought with spears instead of guns.
¡Rápido! 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 ¡Carga! ¡Usa los músculos! ¡Rápido! ¡Apúrense! ¡Por aquí! ¡Rápido! ¡Rápido! ¡Por aquí! ¡Por aquí! ¡Ay! ¡Se vuelve loco! ¡Mierda!
El Gigante were first produced from human test subjects during Los Eliminados experiments on the mutational effects of the Plagas on their hosts. Though they proved to be exceptional as bioweapons, they became difficult to control and were a danger to Ganados. Consequently, Los Eliminados produced only a small number of El Gigante, spreading them around the region. 2 were sent to the Salazar Castle, where they guarded the underground. Another 2 were sent to the village and stored within the coal mines the Ganados no longer had use for. Colmelos are wolves that have been infected with the Plaga's parasite. They're very vicious and can do quite a bit of damage if they're able to lunge on top of you. They can also attack using tentacles that come out of their back. Ramon Salazar keeps around a dozen of these vicious creatures in his maze garden, calling them his pets. Father Bitors Mendez was a Catholic priest who ran the church in Valdelobos, an isolated mountainous region of Spain. Mendez fell to the influence of bioweapons developer and terrorist Osman Sadler, who converted people to his cult as a means of control. Some of Mendez's distinguishing characteristics included his imposing stature and trench coat, his artificial left eye, an extraordinary resistance to firearms, and superhuman strength.
¡Mátalo! ¡Mátalo!
This monastic order was founded sometime around the millennium by Ramon Salazar, who sought to impress Los Illuminados upon his Catholic servants. During baptismal ceremonies welcoming them into the cult, these men were implanted with plaga eggs, which soon rendered them highly susceptible to suggestion and, effectively, became Salazar's slaves, whom he saw with disdain as lesser beings. As with other Ganado followers, the monks would alternate from performing their daily tasks, to performing rituals and to taking up arms against outsiders. As slaves to Salazar's whim, the monks were known to suffer for his amusement as tests in his booby traps, or sent out on suicide attacks. The Garrador, which roughly translates as the Claw, were augmented human hosts of the Plaga, a parasitic organism native to Spain. To restrict their indiscriminate killing power, their eyelids were stitched together and they were bound in cells. The loss of eyesight led to increased hearing, making them dangerous even when blind. Novistadors are semi-humanoid insect-based bioorganic weapons. These monstrous bugs were created by the terrorist cult Los Illuminados through experimentation with plaga DNA and human test subjects. Two types of Novistador exist that each possess an ability unique to their type. While both types have wings, only one is capable of sustained flight. The other type of Novistador, known as the stealth type, is capable of camouflaging itself and becoming almost completely invisible. There are signs that can give a camouflaged Novistador away. However, its glowing eyes cannot be hidden and the creature nearly always drools acid from its mandibles. A slight distortion or bending of scenery can reveal a Novistador's location. Armadura are plaga-possessed suits of armor, inhabiting the darkest corridors of an unnamed castle in Spain. These creatures possess both light and heavy armor variations. Plagas who have lost their hosts will inhabit these armored suits, remaining dormant to conserve energy as they wait for a creature suitable to becoming a host. The plaga stretches out inside the armor and manipulates it with its tentacles, allowing it to move in human-like ways, swinging swords and halberds to subdue its prey.
Ashley.
Leon!
The Verdugos, Spanish for executioner, were BOWs created by Los Illuminados to serve as personal bodyguards or the right-hand men of Ramon Salazar. Two Verdugos, presumably the only two in existence, were created by a fusion of human and insect DNA, and were completely controlled by plagas. They concealed their mutated forms beneath voluminous, resplendent Los Illuminados cloaks, with one wearing red and the other wearing black.
I think it's time I paid my due respects towards your impressive and stubborn will. Mr. Kennedy, welcome.
Ramon Salazar was a nobleman from Valdelobos. He was the 8th Castellan to govern the region since the construction of his castle, with the office having been handed down for a number of generations. As the 21st century came about, Salazar left his Catholic faith behind and converted to Los Illuminados, a cult led by Osmond Sadler, who had access to bioweapons research and was interested in Las Plagas. Although his diminutive stature resembled that of a 10-year-old, and his grey hair and wrinkled face gave him the appearance of an elderly man, he was only 20 years old. These soldiers are elite Ganados, members of Sadler's private army, assigned to protect his island complex. They are generally better equipped and smarter than other Ganados and can also run faster than most. They can be seen using many of the weapons of the cultists, with some unique weapons of their own such as electric stun rods. A few burly soldiers carry massive hammers and wear thick bulletproof metal armor. With the exception of JJ, who's equipped with a Gatling gun, and some rocket launcher-equipped troopers, no soldier carries a firearm. The Regeneradors were created as a byproduct of Los Illuminados research in Plaga-based bioweapons. The Regeneradors themselves were created by planting multiple parasites within a human body, causing the body to mutate radically. A number of these creatures were kept in cold storage on the island, where they were in hibernation. All of them are thought to be dead after the destruction of Los Illuminados facilities in 2004. Only way to kill them is to kill the planted parasites, which can only be seen through infrared light.
What is that?
The U-3, also known as IT, was one of the experimental bioweapons developed by Sadler's research team on the island. It was a horrifying chimera of human, insect, and reptile DNA fused imperfectly into a single being, itself hosting a Plaga parasite.
Witness the power!
Jack Krauser was an experienced soldier within the United States Army, having led many successful operations. During his days off, Krauser often participated in mercenary work, as he felt that he cannot function within normal society and thus believed that combat situations and being in the military is what gave his life meaning. He was able to inject himself with the Plagas, giving him a massive, blade-like arm. Osmond Sadler, often referred to as Lord Sadler, was the leader of Los Illuminados, a neo-pagan cult and paramilitary organization. He was a bioweapons research chief who resided in an isolated Spanish region. In the early 2000s, Sadler's leadership ensured the cult's dominance in the region through the weaponization of the mind-controlling Plaga parasites to suit his plans for world domination. He was killed in 2004 during a mission to rescue Ashley Graham, the president's daughter whom Sadler's organization had taken hostage.